Hello and welcome to our final video in the series How to Connect with Your Ideal Client. So today we're going to be talking about that really big and sometimes quite difficult question, why are you different? You've been through the first couple of videos by now, the who do you help and how do you help. Today we're looking at why you are different. Just very briefly, if we haven't met yet, if you haven't watched the other videos, I'm Kay King and I'm a marketing mentor. So I work with business owners just like you to help people get beyond that fear of marketing, that thing that stops you promoting your business, which will stop your business from growing. And I help business owners realize that it's not that complicated and there really is a straightforward way to approach marketing and make it work for you. So why is connection so important? Just to recap, if you've already watched the first two videos, this is just a little recap. If you haven't, I would suggest it's probably best to watch those first because this is a cumulative series. But if you're here now and you want to crack on, that's fine. But do go back and watch the first two in the series as well. So why is connection important? We buy and make decisions about buying services and products on an emotional level, not a rational level. So all of those decisions that we make about the thousands of things that we get bombarded with every day are made primarily in the first instance with our hearts, not our heads. That's how humans react. It's wired in to our brain. And when we make those decisions about wanting to buy something, we need to feel as if we belong with the organization or the business or the person who is promoting that service. Now, that goes right back to Neolithic man days when we absolutely needed to feel part of a tribe. You weren't safe if you were out on your own. Safety comes with being part of a community, being part of something that you feel you can belong to. And it's exactly the same in terms of making a decision about what to buy. We need to feel that we belong before we feel that we can buy from somebody. And we'll only feel that we belong when we connect. And on an emotional level, as I've said, it's a heart decision, not a head decision. So you absolutely need to connect with your ideal client before they will take notice of you. And we can only feel that we connect with someone when we get it. And getting it, understanding what that person or that business or that organization is about, we need to get that very quickly in those thousands of messages that we get bombarded with every day. We need to see it and understand it very quickly and easily. And for people to get your message quickly and easily, you need to be consistently telling your story in a relevant way and in a way that is true and authentic. So people buy when they feel they belong. They feel they belong when they connect. They can only connect if they get it, and they will only get it if your story is consistent, relevant, and true. And that's what marketing is all about: being consistent, being relevant, and being true to yourself and your values when you're having those marketing conversations. So the place to start, as you already know, is with three very important questions. Who do you help? How do you help them? And why are you different? If you've already answered the first two, today we're going to be looking at why are you different? And this is the hardest one, actually, but I have a very simple process that you can follow, building on the work that you've done to answer the first two questions, to get to a position that allows you to explain to your ideal client why you are different and why they should buy from you. So the process I use is to create something called a connection point. It's all about connection. So you start with your client, because that's the important place to start, and you look at yourself. And where those two things meet is where the magic happens. That is your connection point. So, about your client, who do you help? How do you help them? About you, how do you help? What do you do and how do you do it? And remember why you do that and what is the impact of that. And the bit in the middle where those two things meet like this is your connection point. You need to have done the detailed work on answering those first two questions, who do you help and how do you help them, before you can create this. And you will see why as I talk you through the example that I've got today. So this is an example from a financial planning client that I worked with, and their who do you help and how do you help them, who do you help and what is their problem, was couples at a turning point in their lives. They're stuck in a cycle of indecision and they're arguing about the indecision, and they're afraid to take the next step because they're afraid of doing the wrong thing. So these are people who have inherited a large amount of money or had a big life change. They've got to make a decision about their finances, where to invest, and they're stuck because they're afraid of doing the wrong thing, and they've got different opinions between them about what they should do. Now, that is one small sentence that sums up the who you help and what problem do they have for this client. So go broad before you can go small. So do all of that work and then distill it down into a sentence that you can put onto that side of the equation. On the other side, for this financial planning client, their process was all around listening and giving their clients space and time to really explore what it is they wanted from life. So we listen and give you time and space to uncover what you want from life, and we show you how to achieve it. So that, again, is a summary of all the detail of the process that they go through with their clients, condensed down into one sentence. We listen and give you time and space to uncover what you want from life and show you ways to achieve it. So that is the summary of the first two questions on either side of that equation. And then the connection point for them: escape the cycle of indecision and turn your vision into a reality. Escape the cycle of indecision and turn your vision into a reality. That straight away gives me, reading this, a sense of promise, a sense of hope that I can get out of this stuck feeling. It helps me recognize myself because I'm stuck in that cycle of indecision, but it also helps me see that there is a way out of this, and the way out of it is through working with this financial planner. So now that statement could probably apply to lots of different financial planners, but by going through the process that they went through to answer those two questions in detail, who do you help and how do you help, they have really understood the impact of the work they do on the clients that they work with. So instead of saying, we can do financial planning for you, doesn't really mean anything. They're tapping into the emotion and saying, escape the indecision and turn your vision into a reality. Now, this is a tricky part of the equation. It's not going to happen that you sit down and you look at this and in half an hour you've got your connection point. It's the kind of thing that you need to mull over for quite a long time, and probably I would say get away from your desk, take the dog out, have a walk, go for a drive, whatever it is that helps you free up your mind. Think about the questions and ponder it, but don't expect to get it right immediately, and don't expect to get it right first time. It will evolve over time, but when you do, that light bulb moment will come, and you will suddenly realize that you can connect with your ideal client. And all the work that you've done to answer these questions, don't chuck it away. All of that is going to help you create marketing messages. It tells you what your client wants to hear, so it gives you something to talk about in your marketing and in your social media. So that's it. That's how you answer that final question. If you've watched all 3 videos, really just crack on and give it a go. Take it one step at a time. Don't feel that you've got to do everything all at once. You're busy, you're running your business, you've got clients to look after, you've got family to look after. But every little thing that you do will move you further forward. But just take it one step at a time, and you will be fine. I promise you, you will make progress, because doing this work will help you see your business from your client's point of view. And that's what you need to do to be able to connect with them. So if you've got what you need and you can crack on, that's amazing. I'd really, really love to know how you're getting on. If you feel that you need a little bit more support or some accountability or some more encouragement, think about joining the Marketing Sanctuary. That's my membership group for people just like you, to help you escape the overwhelm and really discover a way to make marketing work for you.